Welcome back. I'm Sencrad, and this from the 2, and this is another video from my Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough. In this video, I'll be going over the build for Jahan, as I prefaced in all the other videos, and I'll do so again in this video. This guide is built for Tactician mode, and it is also built on the assumption you won't be using mods, and you're building and playing in the base game format. Why is this important? Because if you're using mods, I don't know how the game is. I don't know how things work or working in your game specifically. And if you're building from the ground up, so in the game, how the game works is that you can build 2 source hunters, and the other 2 people that you can have follow you, you have to get from followers that are already in the game. Now what this means is that the dynamic is should you build in based off of what's not available in a companion, and that symmetry and those dynamics. Those dynamics won't be there if you're building or using a 4-person creation mod or other mods that allow you to edit or cheat or do other things. So understand that is the basis of this guide. So if you're using mods, you're using those things. You know, the 4 that you choose for the builds could be completely different, and should be, based off of the fact that, frankly, you might be cheating. So anyway, in this one, we're going over the build that we're going to be using for Jahan, and we're going to be using this build for Jahan because he builds into it almost flawlessly. He builds into this into an A, and the reason why he builds into this into an A is because Jahan comes with some other talents, okay? And that's why I kind of skip here. These aren't even labeled right currently, which is hilarious. Because why I have less here. And the reason is because Jahan comes with stuff, okay? He comes with stuff. So he comes with 2 talents. He comes with, scientist and one other one. And if you could do it perfectly, he wouldn't come with either of those, scientists or... Man, I'm trying to remember what it is. It's the talent that allows you to minus 1 AP. You minus 1 AP. Now it's annoying me so much, I'm going to have to go look. Okay, here he is. So, Elemental Affinity. That's what it's called. So he comes with Elemental Affinity, which is, crap. Scientist, which is definitely crap. And those suck. So this sucks. If he didn't come with Scientist, if he came with something else that was more effective, and he came with something better than Elemental Affinity, he'd have an A+. An A+ in him building into this. But he comes with those 2. And that matters. So anyway, let me scroll back down here. Tangent. So we're going to be building Jahan into this build. And the reason why we're going to be building him is because this is a very powerful build. I'll go down here and read a little bit of this. Okay, this build is one of the best in the game. It's not top 2 material because you're not able to use grenades. And the ranger build with the bow is more effective than even that. For a good part of the game. So this is if you're going to use Jahan, okay? So that's what this build is good for. You're going to be using dual daggers the whole game. And the reason is another big reason he doesn't build into the other one is because his stats don't support a dagger plus axe hybrid, okay? All right. So now that we've done that giant tangent at the beginning of this video, let's get into this, okay? So the way this is going to work, the way the guide works, is you're going to go from point to point to point to point. Point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're going to bring whatever it is listed, you're going to bring it up to what's suggested at the end and then move on. So, for example, or specifically here, Man-at-Arms, Scoundrel, Water, Fire, Air, and Earth. You're going to bring all of these abilities up to a skill level 1. Okay, now what does that mean? It means it brings Man-at-Arms up to skill level 1, Scoundrel up to skill level 1, Water up to skill level 1, Fire up to skill level 1, Air up to skill level 1, and Earth up to skill level 1. Now what you should note is that he comes with an Air level 2. Now what does this mean? This means don't add anything more into Air. It means he comes with an Air, that's fine. Eventually we're going to bring Air up to 4, but it's a little bit too much for this point in the game. Okay, but everything else bring up to skill level 1. Based off of what he comes with. He comes with a point in Water, he comes with 2 points in Air, etc., etc. So, Earth, you'd perhaps, to, at his very first level, put a point into that, then Scoundrel, then Man-at-Arms, etc., etc. Once every one of these is at level 1, or in this case, level 1 or above, because Air comes with 2, you can't change that, move to point number 2, which is put Dual Wielding and Scoundrel skills at level 3. Okay? Now, once that's done, so you have to bring it up to skill level 1, skill level 1, skill level 2, skill level 2, or this is already at level 1, so bring this up to 2, then 3, then 3. Once that's done, move on to number 3. 3 is Witchcraft level 2, so bring Witchcraft to 1, then bring Witchcraft to 2. Then move on to number 4, Water. Level 4. This is about the point in time that this is going to hit. Then bring Air Scoundrel up to level 4. Then bring Dual Wielding up to 5. Now, I'm going to add another one in here. And I think this is mostly an Air. But I'm going to put Witchcraft in here. I'm not really sure why that's not in here. I think that was an error on my part, and I apologize. I think Witchcraft is supposed to be here. So Man-at-Arms, Scoundrel, Water, Fire, Air, Earth, Witchcraft. So I'm pretty sure that's an error. So bring these up to 1. Because the whole concept is supposed to funnel down. So you start with 1s, then you get things stronger, and then you get to your master level skills. Okay? If you decide to give Jahan your book that increases skill points, willpower and bodybuilding are obviously always decent fallbacks. If you're finding that you want more points in willpower and bodybuilding, it's probably because you're not fighting the fights correctly. So watch some of my videos on how to actually fight. Because if you're finding that you really want these to be higher, it's probably because you're not fighting correctly, and it's probably because you don't have your skills right. Your skills, which will, when they CC you, you'll have an ability to heal you, and that's important. Okay, your talents. He comes with some. But this is based off of, what he has, what you need to get, etc., etc. Far Out Man, Backstabber, Bully, Opportunist, Parry Master. Those are the big ones, the big talents that you're going to want to tack on to his repertoire. If he already has some of them, like Far Out Man, just ignore it. Okay? Stats. You're going to want Intellect, Dex, Con at a 2-to-1 ratio. I explained this in the other videos. Now what this means is that at creation you will be a 7, a 7, or a 6. Although you won't be getting that, right? Because he's already created, so he'll come with some pre-designed stats. I think he comes with a 1 or 2 in Con, and I think he comes with some intelligence. Now what this means is that, let's say, and I don't want to scroll back up. So what this means is if he comes with a 8 in intelligence and a 7 in Con, for example, what you're going to need to do then is every single level for a while put every point into Dex. Okay? So he comes, I think, to you at level 4, and his stats are a little bit off here. So by the time you hit level 14, you're going to want Intellect 9, Dex 9, Con 7. Now what that means is he might come with a Con 7. That means don't put any points in Con. Okay? He might come with an 8 in Intellect. That means that you're going to want to put 3 points in Dex, right? Then put 1 point in Intellect, then put another point in Dex. Then by the time you hit 14, you'll be on track. 9, 9, 7. By the end game, you're going to want it to be 11, 11, 8. Okay? 11 in intellect, 11 in dex, 11 in con. Now, as I've said before, and I'll show you, these are base stats. These are not after gear, okay? And that's important. Okay, let's go over the skills. Okay, so level 1 air. You're going to want teleportation because everyone's going to get that because that's that important. It's that useful. Teleportation, limitless applications, bring people to you, bring people away from you, put people on stuff, put barrels places and have them explode, etc., etc. Thunder jump, this is one of your best, not even really one of your best. It's like one of the only mobility skills in the game left. There used to be a bunch. They eliminated a bunch of them. They eliminated tactical retreat. They eliminated Phoenix jump. They eliminated. A lot of them were mobilities. So the only two real cheap, easy mobilities are battering ram and thunder jump. These are important. Shocking touch. This is your touching spells repertoire. Low AP, great CC, crowd control abilities. So stun. This has a chance to stun people. Later on in the game, he will become a level 4 in air. You will be able to take 6 novice skills. Okay, what this means is there are 7 novice skills total. And I'm saying don't take Avatar Storms. The other 6 you can learn. In Adept, you'll be able to learn 4, I believe, Adept skills. And this means there are 5 Adept skills total. And I'm saying don't take Air Absorption. You can learn the other 4. For your Master level skill, you want to pick up Storm. Level 1 Earth. All 4 of your people in your party are going to end up having this. And only level 1 Earth. And you're going to learn Boulder Bash, Midnight Oil, Summon Spider. Summon Spider, your best summon in the game till level, 10-ish. Most likely. You're going to pick up Midnight Oil, Boulder Bash, because these are the 2 that spread oil everywhere on the battlefield. So these are going to be used to spread oil over the battlefield, and then your other person's going to be throwing a Firestorm grenade on it. Or you're going to be using your level 1 fire spell, Firefly, to start a fire in front of you and light stuff up. The other one, Burning Touch. This is a great CC right in front of you. It also great to knock down doors. Wildfire is the best counter to frozen status in the game. The enemy freezes one of your people. You cast Wildfire on your frozen character. It will remove the frozen status while also casting a boost in haste. So that's a fantastic spell that you need to have on 3 of your people. And that's it for fire. Level 4 water. Once again, there are actually less than 6 novice skills in water, which means you can learn every single one of them. In Adept, there are apparently 6, 7, 8. So there's apparently 8 Adept water skills. I'm saying don't learn Waters of Life, Water Absorption, or Ice Wall, because those have the least applications. So those 3 you don't take. All the other Adept skills you can take. Hail Attack is your master skill that you really want. Level 2 Witchcraft, which is you're going to bring him up to. You're going to be able to learn every single novice skill in Witchcraft other than Summon Undead Warrior and Malediction. Okay, and the reason why you don't want to take that one is because it's not very good. The reason why you don't want to take Summon Undead Warrior is because you're going to be picking up Summon Undead Armored Decapitator, which is actually a much better version of this guy. And then you're going to pick up Destroy Summon. And that's all you're going to be doing with these 2. So you're going to have 3 people in your party that are going to have Destroy Summon and Summon Undead Decapitator, which is, fantastic. Level 4 Witchcraft, not going to do... Oh, okay, so he'll have a level 1 in Man at Arms. You're going to pick up Battering Ram. Why? This is your mobility spell. You're going to pick up Melee Power Stance. Why? This is your help boost to your damage. You're going to pick up Helping Hand. Why? Because it works at level 1, and having this on 3 of your people is extremely useful. One of those things, right, where people say, oh, you need more bodybuilding, you need more willpower. Well, if 3 of my people in my party have Helping Hand, it doesn't matter if they get knocked down. You'd have to knock down 3 people, right? 3 of my people have Helping Hand, so you knock down somebody, just use Helping Hand, pick them up. It's not that big a deal, right? So anyway, those are the 3 you're going to want. Battering Ram for mobility. This is to help people that are on fire or knocked down. Melee Power Stance, increase damage. You're not using any of those. Okay, you're going to have a level 4 in the Scoundrel. Now, in Novice, you're going to want Fast Track. Okay? Until you hit level 15, or i.e. Master Level Skills, Adrenaline, post level 15. I'll go over the reason for this again, as I do in every one of these videos. The reason is because Fast Track is a great remedy to slow. So somebody slows you, you can cast Fast Track on yourself. It'll heal the slow. It's also a really good haste that only costs 2 AP. It's very cheap. It's very effective early on in the game. It's useful. Once you hit Master Level Skills, i.e. level 12, level 15, mostly level 15, you can take out everybody in the game in the first, if not the second turn. That includes the final 3 bosses of the game. You can take all of them out in the first turn. Yes, that even includes the second of the last 3 bosses. You can take her out in the second, or in the first turn. Now, what does that mean? It means that Adrenaline becomes powerful because you can unload a Master Level skill, use Adrenaline, and unload a second master skill in the very first turn. Okay? Why is that important? Because if you're killing people in the first or second turn, Adrenaline becomes overpowered because it enables 4 of your people to basically have 2 first turns. And Fast Track becomes worthless because you're killing everyone in the first and second turn, and Fast Track only really applies on subsequent turns, so it becomes worthless. So, there you go. Hope that made sense. You're going to want to pick up Walk in Shadows. Why? Because this is your get-out-of-jail-free card if somebody gets really wounded. So it's your get-out-of-jail-free card. It also is your, opening up areas of the world, and also your stealing, winged feet, a.k.a. hover feet. This is good for solving puzzles, solving traps, as well as avoiding damage on the floor if that happens in the fight. Precision Incision, Lacerate, Venomous Strike are your 3 damage-dealing abilities that deal CC, as well as Eye Gouge in Adept. Eye Gouge will blind somebody and deal 150% damage. Venomous Strike will deal 150% damage and poison. Lacerate will deal 150% damage and bleed, I think. Precision Incision deals 150% damage and will weaken them. So great CC, 150% damage, pretty much 100% chance to hit as well. Phenomenal skill sets. In Adept, you're also going to want to get Daggers Drawn. I go over substantially why Daggers Drawn is one of the best abilities for melees in the game. It's far more effective when used in conjunction with Bully, Knockdown Status, and Backstab. It's far more effective than even Flurry, which is a Master Level skill for Man-at-Arms. It's very effective, only requires a level 3 in the skill. Frankly, it should be a Master Level skill. It's very good. Become Air, Cloak, and Dagger. Those are 2 get-out-of-jail-free cards for if you get into a fight and you think somebody's going to be in trouble. An easy way to do it is to, use something like Become Air, take half damage, and then do Walk in Shadows so they can't see you and try to get out. Master Level, pick up Shadow Step. Frankly, the Master Level skills are absolutely awful in this game, but Shadow Step is one of those ones that, isn't so bad, I guess. It's kind of one of those ones that you can take relatively early. And just kind of, if people are in weird positions, I find that sometimes Shadow Step can just finish them off. So, it's not bad. But it's not great. So, anyway. Only useful on him. How we're going to go in here, and we're going to quickly show you what this guy looks like at the end. Oh, man. Sorry. It's cold. I don't get sick. Not that you really care, but I don't get sick. I haven't been sick for over a year. Just got this cold, been going on for a week. It's ridiculous. Okay, so here's Jahan. Looks pretty cool. There's his dual daggers. Alright, so stats 11, 21, 21, 10, 19. 19. That is freaking unbelievable. 7 in Perception. Okay. You can pause this if you want to. I'm going to go through some of the gear. Wear Sheep armor is great for filling out people's gear if you can't find anything else, but for the most part, you should hopefully find stuff that's actually better. In this case, I couldn't. So anyway, so pause it on the gear if you want to check it out. So there's your +3 speeds. I will stop on the belt. Why? Okay, belt, once again, as I've said before, +1 dual wielding at all costs. You want +1 dual wielding on the belt. It's the only place it comes, so you're going to want that. Okay, stats, you know, I'll show you. This is gear, right? 10 gear, 9 to... Oh, yeah, so you also get a book in the game that will do -1 to perception, +1 to intellect. Use it on Jahan because he comes with a 1 extra in perception. So you see, I just wipe it out, -1, and give it to intellect. That's the +1 here. So anyway, 21, 21, 10, 14 from gear. Pretty phenomenal, right? So he starts with 5. It's at 19. Perception. So anyway, there you go. As you can see, the dual wielding 7. He will not have rage. So he'll have Oath of Desecration instead of rage. Oh. Yeah, I'll show you some of those. Oh, alright. Those weren't even accurate numbers. That's fantastic. Relatively close. I guess I can wait a bit. Maybe she has it. She should have it. So taking too long here. So that's the difference. Alright, so there you go. There you go. Oh, and the talents, etc., etc. If you want a more specific look at what all of these guys look like at the end of the game, go to my end game video, end game stats video, and I'll go just over that in far more detail. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too tangenty, which I know it was. And hopefully informative. If you have any other questions that somehow I didn't talk or mention in the actual build, drop me a question, and I'll be sure to answer it. Thank you for watching, and I'll go on to the next one.